You said it starts at 8 o'clock? 7:45. 7:45.
Yeah.
Huh? I thought HT is going to give the talk. What? You don't want to give a talk? Where is he? Oh, there you sit comfortable. The man in the hand. Huh? What are you waiting for? And we don't play with watches or smartphones. These people can't live without their smartphones and watches and whatever electronic, huh? Electronic devadatta. So, why are you here? Huh? There's no sound coming out. Huh? Well, why does it have to be so close? Can you No, I don't want it so close.
Yeah. I just leave it on.
But does it come out? No? Yes. So why are you here? Huh? Listening to what? Did you think about the question I put in the morning? Huh? Have you thought about it? I don't know who was in the morning. Nobody seems to be there from the morning, huh? They had already enough of me. Huh? What is the goal in your life, yeah? Huh? No goal. Walking. Huh? Dying. Been born again and been born again. Huh? Huh? Revolving in samsara. Yeah? That is the goal of your life, huh? Then you don't have to do anything, you don't have to listen. Huh? Yeah? What is samsara? Huh? The cycle of birth and death. Yeah? Huh? I always call it the hamster wheel. Yeah? Yeah? You seen a hamster in a hamster wheel? Yeah? Running, but not going anywhere. Just like us. Don't believe it? You think you're going somewhere? Yeah, to death, yes. And then to be born again. Waiting for the last people, yeah? Yeah? Yeah, don't sit in the back, come in the front, huh? Yeah. I mean, as students, we always like to sit in the back because the teacher couldn't see us, yeah? So now they like to sit in the back so that they don't have to listen, yeah? So what is the purpose of our life? Have you ever thought about it? Yeah? Yes, I gave it a thought, but the thought disappeared. Huh? I mean, when we consider ourselves to be Buddhists, don't be like Christians, We believe in the Lord Buddha, that saves us. No, that's not true. Yeah? Just like the Christian, I believe in God, He will bring me up to heaven. That's not true either. Yeah? Be Buddhist, in the name of Buddhism, to know, at least, the 5 precepts, yeah? If you don't want to go down, yeah? It doesn't help you to get out of the hamster wheel, but, at least, it keeps you in a more appropriate place, yeah? In the human realm, yeah? You know the 5 precepts? Yeah, we heard of it. But It's far away, yeah? Not harming any living being, yeah? Right? That includes animals as well, yeah? We don't harm them, yeah? Not taking what is not given. That's already difficult, yeah? Yeah? We work in a company and work in a factory, we take this home and we take that home, that is not given to us, belongs to the factory, yeah? Even the pencil, that we take home, yeah, from the office. No? Yes. No? It's not given to us, yeah? If somebody gives it to us, then it's okay, yeah? But if it's not given to us and we just take it, I'm working in this factory, so it belongs to me, yeah? That's wrong thought, yeah? It's breaking the precepts. No sexual misconduct, yeah? Wives are faithful to their husband, husbands are faithful to their wives, yeah? Muslim country, husband has many wives, that is breaking the precepts. Not only that, yeah? But also, parent, child relationship, yeah? Sexual relationship is misconduct, yeah? A teacher, with a student is sexual misconduct. A professor with a student is also sexual misconduct, yeah? And the CEO with his secretary, or whoever, is above us, is also sexual misconduct. Everybody, who is dependent on somebody, it's called sexual misconduct. Kids are dependent on their parents, students are dependent on their teachers, and so on and so on. Yeah? When you look at the world, it is full of it. Yeah? And where do these people go? To hell. You want to go to hell? The people in Islam are much more frank, yeah? They say, yeah, all my friends are in hell, so I better go to hell, yeah? That's where all my friends are, yeah? If I go to heaven, there's nobody there. It's really cold, yeah? Because all my friends are going down to hell, yeah? Just like the Lord Buddha teaches us, 70% of the population, of the human population have no chance. They don't even have a chance, they go to hell. And for us, we are the 30%. Today we switch, today we keep the 5 precepts, tomorrow we don't keep them, then we keep them again, we don't keep them, yeah? So we sway forth and back. That's why they're called the Neya, yeah? There are hardly any people, who find a way out, who find a way to the end of dukkha, or who can open the door of the hamster wheel to get out. Because today we think, today, it's not so important, yeah? And then we keep them again, and we don't keep them again, and then we keep them again, constantly. She can open the door. She was there this morning, huh? So what is your goal in your life? I ask the people in the morning, to think about when they come in the evening to know what their goal is, yeah? There's another one. Slowly tripling in, huh? Yeah, we were waiting for you. I'm sorry, I cannot talk sweet, like all the other Ajahns. Yeah, I talk, hey, you all put this, just bring me a little bit of donation, and then you all go to heaven, yeah? All bullshit. Huh? If I talk, then I talk, rough, to wake you up, because when I look at your faces, you're all asleep, yeah? Fast asleep, huh? I wake up, to reality of life, yeah? Life is so much fun, huh? No? Then get out. But that is much tougher, yeah? Where's the fun in our life? Huh? What do you think? The body is the fun? Does it bring you a lot of happiness, the body? The first 18 years, 16 years, you learn to walk, you learn to talk, you learn to read, you learn to write, you learn to think. 16 years before you can even use this body. And then you work for the body until you don't have any strength anymore. Yeah? And then you're retired, and then you wait for death to come. Yeah? That's life in a nutshell. Realize it. Please. Wake up to the reality. And the next life is the same. That's why I ask people, ask what is your profession? Yeah? I say this and this, and what is your profession in your next life? You have to study again, you have to, you have to train, yeah? Maybe next life you don't need to be a web programmer, you just program the heads of people, yeah? Because they don't, they don't have any more heads, they have only the smartphones on their top. I mean, the more you use them, yeah, the more you become, yeah. We don't use our brain anymore. Even the older people, are constantly, texting, looking, texting, yeah. Waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of your resources you have, yeah. The Lord Buddha said, the human life is the most, it's a most precious life, yeah, from the 31 realms of existence, and to find a way out. Yeah? The devas, they have so much sukha, who wants to find, when you're happy all the time, do you want to find a way out? No. If you have too much dukkha, you cannot find a way out, yeah? But we, as human beings, we have some sukha and we have some dukkha, some unhappiness and some happiness. So, that's why the human life, yeah? All the Buddhas are not born in heaven. Yeah? They come down to earth, and realize the truth here on earth, yeah? In the human realm. And they teach the humans, yeah? Yes, they also teach, the devas, yeah? But that is different kind, yeah? Think about it, don't waste your precious life, yeah? Don't waste your human existence, yeah? Find a way out, or at least, go in the direction of to find the way out, yeah? Oh, it's so difficult. Huh? Yes, we have to work hard, yeah? But it's the only work, My venerable teacher, said it's the only work that is really fruitful. Yeah, that lasts, yeah. It lasts even into the next life, yeah. Whatever you studied in this life, you have to study in next life again. Huh? It comes a little bit easier, because you understand a little bit better, but, so, yeah. But if you choose a different profession, you have to learn it from where? And how many professions did we have? Yeah. Most of the time we were soldiers, fighting each other, yeah, killing each other. Look at our history. It's a history of wars, yeah. It's a history of empires, yeah. No matter what, yeah. Egyptian Empire, Persian Empire, Mongol Empire, Chinese Empire, Roman Empire, Greek Empire, yeah. Now it's the U.S. Empire, yeah. In between was the German Empire, but, the British Empire, the French Empire, they're all gone down the drain. Yeah? And they all fight wars. Yeah? And they all need soldiers. And we were the soldiers, yeah? Killing each other. For what? For some people up there, who don't even don't want to fight, yeah? It's the same, in the future it's the same thing, yeah? The upper people, the government or the kings or whatever it is, they send, this young people, yeah? Look at Ukraine. Does Zelensky go into the war? At the forefront? No, he wouldn't be lasting very long, yeah? Huh? He just sends, he sends, the people. Yeah? Same with, Hitler, look at it, yeah. I mean, the old wars, at least, the king was in the beginning, I mean, he was, charging, yeah. Remember, yeah. But nowadays, not anymore. I mean, you put a gun, or drone or whatever, I mean, you just press the button, boom, and thousands of people die. Huh? That is slaughter. That's not war anymore, yeah. And we all go for it, yeah. We all do it, yeah. All of us, have been soldiers, yeah. No matter if you're now a woman or not, yeah. Huh? I mean, you're not ever all the time a woman, yeah? I mean, in previous lives you have been a man, yeah? And you fight the wars, yeah? Huh? Maybe next life we are women and they are the men. Huh? Yeah. It all changes, yeah? So, where was I? The third precept, and then somebody came in, disturbed me. Huh? The third precept, no sexual misconduct. The fourth, no harsh speech, no lies, yeah? No speech that hurts other people. There's another person, he's disturbing me again. No, we don't sit in the back. The people who come last, sit in the front. Huh? So that I can see them more clearly, yeah? Coming back from work, huh? Yeah. So what is the fifth precept? No alcohol, no drugs, everything that makes us unmindful, yeah? That includes nowadays, the smartphones. Make us unmindful just the same way, yeah? You see people, I mean, while driving, using their smartphone, or even on motorcycles. I mean, I'm so, it's amazing, yeah? Sitting on a motorcycle using the smartphone, yeah? Yeah? You know why it is called smartphone? Huh? Anybody knows why they're called smartphones?
Because before that the phone wasn't smart.
The phone wasn't smart and we were smart. Now the phone is smart and we are stupid. I mean, the more you use it, the more stupid you become. You cannot even calculate anymore. Yeah? You pick out your phone, to calculate 7 times 6, is what? Sorry, I have to look at my smartphone. No? The more we use it, the more we dependent on it, I mean, the more stupid we become. We have a brain to think, yeah? I mean, we at least, the older generation used to to train our brain, yeah? I mean, maybe you as well, yeah? I mean, at the time when I went to university, there were no computers, yeah? Books, I mean, you had to copy from books, and write your thesis and so on, yeah? Nowadays, you just ask, Siri, or Google, I mean, give me an essence of this, of this chapter, and yeah? And now with this AI, I mean, it is even worse, yeah? It can write your whole thesis, yeah? Huh? You just need to include, I mean, not, the copies from which part of the books you copied it, yeah? Be careful with these things, yeah? I mean, the more stupid we become, the more easy it is to control us, yeah? The government sends the messages, on the smartphone, yeah? Not hiding it, that's the government, to manipulate us, yeah? And we believe it. Yeah? Just like you believed all this COVID BS, yeah? No? COVID, everybody dies, huh? Yeah, the people who take the trap, you died, yeah? Lots of them. Yeah? That's how they manipulate us, yeah? I mean, if we want to become free, we need to be free of thinking of other people, yeah? We need to be free of our thinking as well. Huh? So that's why I include it now, you know, in the 5th precept. Huh? I mean, yes, you need to use it for work, you know, that is fine, yeah? Huh? But then, you know, put it away. Don't put it next to your bed. Huh? What's the use of it? Huh? I mean, the older generation may be knowing, you know, I mean, if somebody, you know, when we had the phone, you know, at our house, you know, there was just one phone, yeah? If we were not at home, you know, we didn't know if somebody called. Huh? Life was so easy, so less stressful. Now you have the stress in your pocket, yeah? Or in your handy bag, yeah? Huh? Ring, 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 you know, yeah? Huh? All these messages that constantly come up and disturb our peace, yeah? Oh, I need to, yeah? Huh? What are they called, you know, I mean, SMS or whatever, you know, these things, yeah? And then you subscribe to news channels, you know, to get the news. Oh. I mean, can you imagine, you know, how free it is, you know, your life would be without this stupid device? Huh? My venerable teacher, you know, called it Devatat. Yeah? Torah tat, Teva tat, yeah? Torah submete, yeah? Yeah? Teva tat, yeah? It's a Devatata, yeah? Huh? That leads us to destruction. It's not something good, yeah? So use it wisely, you know, when you need to use it, you know. I mean, of course, I know nowadays, you know, everybody in the work needs to use it, yeah? But it's stressful. Yeah? Now the boss can call you any moment. Send you a text, do this, do that. I mean, before, you know, you went off from work, you know, and yeah, I mean, at least the evening you were free of anything, yeah? But now the boss says, oh, you need to do this again, you know, I need to come back to the company, you know, this is not working, yeah? Bah. I mean, it's multiplied the stress, yeah? Huh? And you all go for it. You all have an option, you know, not to go for it. Yeah? You can all go the way to the end of dukkha. Yeah? But it's so convenient, huh? I mean, all this entertainment, you know, these TikToks, you know, and the YouTubes, you know, short, you know, and whatever it is, Line and I don't even know, what are they using in Malaysia? What? Yeah, they still use Facebook and WhatsApp, yeah. Even in Thailand, they got smarter. Huh? They know it is, you know, from the US, you know, controlling the media, so they stopped using it mostly, yeah, and use Line. But anyway, yeah. So the Four Noble Truths. What is the first noble truth? Dukkha. What is dukkha? What? What? Yeah, that's what you think it is, suffering. It's discomfort, dis-ease, restlessness, pain, yeah, and then suffering. Because if you ask people if they suffer, nobody suffers here, yeah? I mean, maybe, yeah, probably nobody suffers here. But everybody has dukkha. Yeah? In the morning you wake up and you don't want to get up, dukkha. Yeah? You're hungry, dukkha. Yeah? You're thirsty, dukkha. Yeah? You need to go to the toilet, dukkha. Yeah? Yeah. And then you relieve the shit and it's, nice. Yeah? And then you're sleepy and tired, dukkha. See, not suffering. I mean, you don't suffer when you are hungry. Yeah? But you have dukkha. Huh? Discomfort, dis-ease, huh? Restlessness, yeah? But nowadays we don't know the restlessness because the moment we are bored, we pick up the phone. So we don't know this dukkha anymore, yeah? I mean, we avoid the dukkha, wherever we can. So that is the first noble truth, yeah? There's dukkha, yeah? And everybody, yeah? No matter in what realm he or she is, yeah? I mean, has dukkha. Yeah? Even the gods have sometimes dukkha, yeah? Very little, but sometimes they have, yeah? They're also dissatisfied with some things, yeah? Even though, most of the time they have a lot of sukha, yeah? I mean, the Lord Buddha went up, to one of the gods, in the Tavatimsa heaven and asked her, I don't do that in front of my, don't shake my palace in front of, my disciples, Huh? So there's a lot, all these 31 realms of, have dukkha, yeah? And what is the reason for dukkha, yeah? Second noble truth, our desire. The desire to be, the desire not to be, yeah? People who kill themselves have the desire not to be, yeah? The desire to be, the desire to become or not to become, yeah? Desire, wanting this or wanting that, liking this or liking that, disliking this or disliking that. That is the reason for our dukkha, yeah? And then look at your life and then yeah? We are not contented, because if you are contented, there's no dukkha. If we are happy with the things the way they are, but we cannot be happy with the way things are. We constantly need to change, yeah? Yeah, the women, constantly need to change their clothes, their hairstyle, and so on and so on. Their handbags and in the apartment or in the house, they need to change the curtains or move the furniture around, yeah? Yeah? If they are housewives, yeah. And the men, also need to change, change their appearance, and change their cars, or their stereo or whatever it is, yeah. I'm not happy with this anymore. I'm not happy with that anymore. We constantly need to change because of our unhappiness, of our dukkha inside, yeah. The third noble truth is just a very simple, simple statement, there's an end of dukkha, yeah. And the fourth noble truth, that is the hard part, yeah, it's the way that leads to the end of dukkha, yeah. It starts with sila. When you explain the sila, keep the sila, yeah. If you can't keep the sila, you go down, yeah. Do you keep the laws of this country? You try at least, yeah? You don't steal, you don't kill, you don't cheat, yeah? Because when somebody catches you, you go to prison. Yeah? And so is it with the 5 precepts. But, there's no police that catches you. You just go down, yeah? Go down in the hellhole, for a certain amount of time, just like people go to prison, yeah? Sometimes they go for 100 years, sometimes they go for 1,000 or 10,000 years, down to hell, yeah? But then they come out again. So there's nothing, yeah? There's nothing constant in this universe, yeah? It's all changing. Yeah? Hell, you stay in hell for a while, then you come back, mostly as a ghost, yeah? And once you're finished with the ghost, then you become a human again, yeah? And then you go down to hell again, And sometimes you might go up to heaven, yeah? And then it's a big change, when you go from heaven down to hell, yeah? So where do you want to go first? Heaven or hell? Because we have both, yeah? I mean, we have both bags packed, when we die. One is with bad karma, one is with good karma. So which one do you want to go first, yeah? Because the other one comes later then. Huh? Remember that, yeah? Yes, I'm sorry, I'm not a sweet talker, yeah? Huh? I cannot tell you something that is not true. Yeah? So remember, I can tell you what is the way to heaven, yeah? Keeping the 5 precepts is the way back to a human birth, yeah? But that is not enough to go to heaven. Yeah? You have to you have to develop three things, yeah? Generosity, gratitude, and respect. You're not allowed, if you don't have that, you're not allowed to go up to heaven. Yeah? They don't like people who are respectless. Yeah? They don't like people who are not grateful. Yeah? And they don't like people who are not generous. Yeah? So that is the way to heaven, if you really want to go there. Yeah? Develop it. Yeah? If it's not enough, at least you come back to the human realm, have a nice, better life. Yeah? But if not, if you don't keep the 5 precepts, you go down for a while, and then you come back, and then you go down again, or you go up, constantly running around, yeah? The good thing is we don't remember our last birth, yeah? And in the next life, we don't remember this birth where we were sitting, and somebody told us, next life, you have to work again, you have to work for this body, yeah? Training this body for 16 years, and then finding a profession, then working until we are 60 or 65, and then waiting for death to come in the human realm, yeah? Animal realm, is just a little bit, can be longer or can be shorter, yeah? Ghost realms, we don't have to be born, yeah? We just appear in the ghost realm or hell realm, yeah? Or in the Deva realm. We just appear and disappear. Yeah? So we don't have to train anything, yeah? But in the human realm, and I said, before, the human realm is so precious. You understand that? It's precious, yeah? It's the most valuable existence in any of these realms of existence, yeah? Because here we can decide to get out of the hamster wheel, yeah? Unless you like it, yeah? Okay, that's not my problem, yeah? Whenever, I was tired, in my practice, I said, oh, it's so difficult, I said, do you want to be born again? No. Okay, then continue. Yeah. You have to have some motivation to keep you up, yeah? Sometimes it is difficult. Sometimes you don't see that the kilesas, put a lot of hurdles, in front of you, yeah? And then you have to have some motivation to go on, go through the difficulties, yeah? And the moment you have the motivation to go through the difficulties, there are no more difficulties. Yeah? It's all up in your mind, yeah? The difficulties are all built up in the mind. Oh, it's so difficult. What is so difficult, yeah? Then I ask myself, do I still have my hand? Yes. So, what is difficult? The hand is difficult? No. The arm is difficult, the legs are difficult, the body is difficult. What is so difficult? And you couldn't find it, yeah? And so then you go on, yeah? It's all made up, it's all in our dreams, in our thinking, in our imagination, that's where difficulty arises, yeah? It's not in the body, Sometimes the body is in pain, yeah, but that is not difficult. Then you just investigate pain, yeah? Yeah, I always ask the women, who have given birth, to kids, I mean, this is the most excruciating pain that you can go through. Yeah, so you can't sit in meditation, for 30 minutes, I mean, you went through the pains of birth, I mean, yes. I mean, we as men couldn't go through that. Huh? But the women go, but they cannot sit, for 30 minutes, Oh, I mean, yeah. But when they eat and chat, they sit for 3 hours without any pain. How that? Oh, yeah, that is, and look, and they tell all these stories, and they sit and sit and sit and no pain. But when you sit in meditation 30 minutes, oh no, I break my back, I break my leg, I ruin my body. Huh? No, yes. Even the men know that, yeah? Huh? How can you believe these kilesas who constantly deceive you? Yeah? They tell you things, you should reflect about, what was it, giving birth, I mean, this pain was excruciating, huh? No? Yeah? Asking the mothers, who have children, yeah? Nowadays, I support some of the hospitals in my area. I mean, the women, just open their stomach, and pull it out. I can't believe it. I mean, it didn't exist 50 years ago, to open up the stomach and pull out the child, yeah? You have to give birth, through the small tunnel, yeah? But nowadays, I never imagined that, So when I went there, I asked, there are the people who give birth, I mean, so how they do it, Is a lot of pain? No, there's no pain, you just cut it open and pull it out. Amazing, it's just, I'm so amazed, with these techniques, that they develop, to avoid pain, yeah? Pain, is one of the factors, that can make us realize, that we want to go to the end of dukkha, yeah? But, while avoiding it, while avoiding it, we don't even know what pain is, yeah? What is pain? Huh? You sit in meditation for half an hour or for an hour, yeah? So much pain, you get up, there's no pain. So what is pain? Huh? Where does it come from? Why don't we investigate the things, that, bother us? Huh? We don't. We just take it as granted. Just like, when we look at our smartphone, we take it as granted, yeah? Huh? What is pain? Have you investigated pain? No. Better not, better get up, that is the best relief, yeah? Huh? That is our solution. Just like when we are hungry, we eat, yeah? Solution, yeah? No more pain, yeah? No more dukkha, yeah? Huh? We sit, and pain, we get up, huh? No more pain, huh? That's not the solution to end dukkha, yeah? That's a solution, to overcome dukkha for a moment, yeah? But not to end dukkha. Yeah? To end dukkha, we have to go the fourth noble truth, and the fourth noble truth is sila, samadhi, panya. And samadhi already starts, all these problems, yeah? Sitting still, trying to concentrate on the Buddha, or trying to concentrate on the breath, anapanasati, yeah? Observing the breath around the tip of the nose, yeah? Concentrate there, yeah? Knowing that the breath goes in, knowing that the breath goes out, yeah? And then the mind gets calm, and then we fall asleep. And then we wake up and say, oh, what happened? Oh, my neck, oh, my neck. Huh? That's not samadhi practice. Samadhi practice is the practice of awareness, yeah, or the practice of sati. Yeah? When we look, at anapanasati, huh? Sati of breathing in and breathing out. Yeah? And what is sati? Let me hear, what do the Malaysians, yeah, say, what is sati? Huh?
Awareness.
Oh, you learned it already. You listen too often to me, yeah? Normally it's translated, in the Western world it's translated as mindfulness. No, it's mind emptiness. Yeah? That is what sati is. Yeah? When the mind is not occupied with anything. It's just aware of the things, that are occupying the citta. Yeah? But it's not occupied with thinking, it's not occupied with memorizing, or it's not occupying with associations. Yeah? Associations is a part of the memory. Yeah? So it just sees very clearly, yeah, So that is called sati. Yeah? Anapanasati, the awareness of breathing in and breathing out. Yeah? And that's what we have to train. So whenever thought comes in, we replace it with a Buddha or with our attention on the breath. Yeah. Whenever memory comes in, we do the same thing until there are no more memories and thoughts coming in. And what happens then? Happiness, calmness, peacefulness, all what we wish for in our life, because it's all there in our heart. But we never look in our heart. Yeah, we always look outside. Yeah, look at this person, this occasion, this situation, that situation. And we never look inside our heart. Happiness arises here in the heart. Yeah, anger also arises here in the heart. Yeah. All these things arise in the heart, but we never look. Yeah, we don't look in the heart. Yeah, so samadhi practice is, looking in the heart. Yeah, first of all, making the heart calm. Yeah? Being with the Buddha, being with the breath. Yeah, and if there are no more thoughts coming in or no more memories coming in, there's no future, there's no past, there's no fear, there's no worries. Wow, wonderful world. And all what we need to do is to sit down. Yeah, and get the mind calm, yeah? But it wants to go out all the time, yeah? And the more we let it go out, especially nowadays with the smartphone, people with smartphones who constantly use the smartphone, they cannot meditate anymore. Because the mind instantly goes out, within seconds. You see the little kids, they look at something, they have a span of 3 or 4 seconds, until they look at something else. How can they even meditate, yeah? And we get there as well, the more we use it. Huh? We as old people, we don't need to use it anymore. We are retired, yeah? Oh yes, I want to see my grandchildren. And then texting, texting grandchildren. No, don't use it, yeah? People who are retired, throw it away, yeah? Give it up, yeah? And practice and practice and practice, Because what you're looking for, what every one of you is looking for, is happiness, yeah? And happiness arises in the heart. The moment the heart gets calm, without thoughts, without memories, there's no future. So we don't have to plan anything that doesn't come true anyway, yeah? Look at your life, how often you plan something and it never happened that way. Always happened differently, yeah? So why to plan in the first place, huh? We know it's not going to happen, yeah? But we like the excitement, of something made, painting something nice, a nice picture, and then the storm comes and, all the picture is gone, yeah? Yeah? Or the past, let the past be the past, You cannot correct the past, yeah? And the future has not come. The only moment where you can decide, yeah, is now. Yeah? You see things, you know things, yeah? And then you can act or not act, depending on the situation. Yeah? So live in the present moment, that is the best thing, yeah? And getting the mind calm, that is what we all wish for, yeah? And then we go on, yeah? If you want to know what is Nibbana is about, then go on, keep on concentrating on the Buddha or keep on concentrating on the breath, yeah? Until, the subject and object, the one who knows about the breath and the breath become one and the same thing. And what is that? It's called one-pointedness or apana samadhi, where the whole universe disappears. As if it has never existed. My venerable teacher said, that's a preview of Nibbana. So if you want to know what the end is, go there. It's not easy, I know, but we can do it. Every one of you can do it. Yeah? If he has a little bit of stamina, yeah, perseverance and effort, you can do it, yeah? You can see, And I guarantee you the first thought when you come out, I want to go back again. You don't want to live in this world anymore after you experience that, yeah? So the first thought is always, I want to go back, yeah? And you cannot go back. It's a hard work, The second time, the first time, it's so amazing. The second time it is hard work, to go back there. But if you put enough effort in it, we can go back. We can stay there for hours. We can stay there for days. Yeah. There are some simple-minded people. At the time of my venerable teaching master. Yeah, there were farmers. Yeah, who listened to the talk of Lungta Mahabor, and then boops, they're gone. Yeah. And then, the talk was finished, and Lungta said, wake him up, because he, was asleep, No, he was not asleep, yeah. He was in Apana Samadhi. So he told the lay people, bring him back, carry him back to his, to his house. Because he didn't know anything, Then he, a few hours later, he came back out of Apana Samadhi, and he didn't even know, where he was, yeah. What happened to him? Because he was not there. He was in Apana Samadhi. So simple-minded people, just like the stories of Lumpur Man when he was with this the Sir, yeah, with this tribe, He said, I lost my Buddha, so can we help you find it? Yeah, they were simple-minded, and that's why they, that's why they had the ability so easily. They were not occupied with all these, things that are going on in the world or with their work, yeah. They were just walking up and down for looking for the Buddha, yeah, until they found the Buddha, And, oh, wow, We are not simple-minded anymore, We are constantly worry, Our head is full of worries, yeah. Let go of the worries, it doesn't help you. Did any of the worries help you, When you worry about your kids, does it help the kids, Why didn't they come home, yeah? This worry never helps you. It only helps you to go in a bad mood, yeah? Or get angry. Why didn't they call, Doesn't help us, these worries, yeah? But we constantly worry. We worry about the future, yeah? Rely on karma, and then you don't have to worry about anything. Huh? Whatever happens to you is, is because of the result of your karma. Yeah? That's why we have, that's why we have the saying, don't do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you. For whatever happens to you is what you have done unto others in your past. Not in this life, yeah? Karma doesn't come back in this life most of the time. Comes back in the next life, yeah? So you kill a person, in the next life you will be killed or have a very short life, yeah? And that can be an accident or it can be the person killing you. That doesn't really matter. Huh? But you will have a short life, yeah? And in the Lord Buddha, in one of the suttas, he explained a little bit, yeah? He said about karma, yeah? People who don't harm any living being, will have a long life, yeah? So, people who are generous, very generous, will be very wealthy people. That shows us, we were not generous in the last life. Most of us. Huh? Okay, accept it. Yeah, and change it. Because you are able to change things, yeah? Yeah? You can start right now, yeah? Become generous, yeah? Or become, become very helpful to other people, yeah? What did he say about, people who are serving other people, don't think about themselves? They will become absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, or handsome, yeah? That's the result. And then in the next life, wealthy people abuse their wealth, and then they will become poor again, yeah? Huh? Beautiful people abuse, their beauty, sell their beauty, and they become ugly again. Yeah. Nothing stays the same. Yeah. So things change unless we have some Dhamma and know what leads to beauty or what leads to wealth, then it stays on. Yeah. If we practice as a wealthy person generosity, then the wealth stays on. Yeah. If you lie, in your last life, you stink out of the mouth. Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah, because nobody wants to be, close to a person, who stinks out of his mouth. Yeah. There was even a story, where they find a very beautiful goldfish. Huh? When they brought him to land, they opened its mouth. Oh. And then they came and asked the Lord Buddha, he was a being, who told a lot of lies, that's why he stinks out of his mouth. Everything, once you understand Buddhism, everything is so obvious, so clear, yeah? Huh? It's just like we understand the laws, the laws of physics. What goes up must come down, The moment we understand it, then we can also generate, the things that we want, yeah? But our desire comes in, I want to keep it for me. Want to keep it for myself. I don't want to give it away, Things like that, Or I want this, or I want that, The desire always, comes in between, yeah? So, that is a nice thing about, once you really understand the Lord Buddha's teaching, you just follow it, and the things happen the way he explains it, yeah? But not this life. That is the problem, Oh, I can't see, that this leads to this, Yeah? We trust, yeah? We trust the Buddha's teaching, yeah? Just like we trust our laws, if I steal, you can trust that you go to prison sooner or later, yeah? But this happens in this life, and if you're not caught, you go down to hell, yeah? Maybe both, yeah? So that depends on, yeah? So samadhi is the ability to concentrate on one point. It's called normally when there's no thoughts, when there's no memories, it's called upachara samadhi or access samadhi. Yeah? Why is it called access samadhi? Because also you can have access to all the realms of existence, yeah? If you know how to read, if you go to a train station and know how to read signs, then you can go everywhere you want to, yeah? But if you don't know, yeah, and that is for most people, they don't know how to read the sign in Upachara Samadhi, that's why they can't go to other realms. But it's called access samadhi because from there you have access to the realms. Yeah? If you know your way, or if you practice it, you can go to other realms. You can, for instance, sometimes go down to the hell realm and see how they suffer. Yeah? You want to see that? Just visit her, But as a visitor, you will also see a lot of monks there in hell. Not only lay people, yeah. Lungta Mahabodha, he told us, one time he told us, he went down, visited the hell and said, "Oh, it's full of yellow robes, all yellow robes, all yellow robes." So come and visit me down there. So that is the practice of samadhi. Samadhi is very important, yeah? Some people in the West think, we don't need samadhi, we just go and develop wisdom, yeah? We just think. Have you ever been able to think your way out of a problem? Not really. You need some action and some words, to get out of the problem, yeah? No, without samadhi you don't see clearly. Yeah? Without sati you're blind. Yeah? It's a blind person, most of us are blind, run against this, get into this situation, don't know what is going on, that's why we are called blind people, yeah? Huh? Or the story, of the Emperor Asok, who put, 8 people, 8 blind people around an elephant, and then, at different parts of the elephant, and then he asked the people, the blind people, to describe the elephant, and everybody described it in a different way. Yeah? And they got so angry at each other, that they even fought each other, yeah? And that is us, because we are blind, yeah? We don't see clearly, yeah? We only see parts of it, yeah? We see part of the elephant and think this is the elephant. We see parts of the Dhamma and think this is the Dhamma. No, we don't see it clearly, yeah? And especially here in Malaysia, yeah? You get so many teaching, yeah? Like in the Chinese saying, your cup is full, there's no room for new teaching, yeah? Huh? And you get confused because this monk says this and that monk says this, yeah? Huh? And you cannot trust, who shall I trust, yeah? You trust me? No. Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah? Huh? But if another monk comes, yeah, that sounds better, yeah? That sounds easier, yeah? Huh? That's a problem, Huh? If you don't have a steady teaching, in Thailand it is pretty much steady, but there are also, there are also teachers, who deceive you, yeah? You can do something, Yeah? Whatever I said, prove me wrong. Huh? You cannot do me a bigger favor than to prove me wrong, yeah? But you can only prove me wrong if you do have the experience, yeah? If you say Apana Samadhi is not like this, yeah? Because, you had to go down, and said Apana Samadhi is like this or like that, or Upachara Samadhi is like this or like that, yeah? You can prove me wrong, only if you do it, yeah? And that's what I like about it, yeah? Prove me wrong, you cannot do anything better for yourself, yeah? So the last column, Sila Samadhi Panya, is the developing of wisdom, yeah? And only with the developing of wisdom, and only that, leads to the deliverance of dukkha, yeah? But without Sila, we cannot even do Samadhi, and without Samadhi, we cannot do wisdom, yeah? We have to be able to look steady at an object that we investigate, yeah? It can be a feeling, it can be this, or it can be that, it can be the body, we have to look, yeah, steadily and look through it, and then ask the right questions to develop wisdom, yeah? Yeah? What is the body, if I slice it up, what is the body, yeah? Next, in the evening, go in front of your mirror, and then take a nice scalpel, and then pull off the skin, and yeah, you like what you see? No, that's the body. The skin, is hiding, the body, yeah, it's hiding all the disgusting, or loathsome things, yeah. But when you listen to the Western monks, they say, we don't need a superhuman. We don't need to make something that is so beautiful ugly. Huh? At least that's what they told me, yeah? Huh? And then I said, if I look at this body, if I open it up, I have to throw up, because it's so disgusting. Huh? Huh? Open the body up, open it up, look at all these, have your quivering heart, in your hands, you find it disgusting automatically. Nobody has to tell you that. Huh? And that is a super practice, yeah? To see reality, yeah? Not to make something ugly. No, we don't have to make it ugly. It's already disgusting, yeah? If you don't like it, if you don't believe it, yeah? Eat some very, very nice food, yeah? And then look what comes out of the body. Huh? You like to put it back in your mouth? Huh? Isn't that disgusting already? Yeah? Whatever comes out of the body, why do you wash? Why do you wash your hair? Why do you wash your body? Why do you take a shower? Huh? Why do you why do you put perfume on? Yeah? Because whatever comes out of the body is disgusting. Yeah? Then don't wash yourself, don't take a shower for a week, Look at the reaction of other people. Nobody wants to be near you. Huh? Get the reality, we don't have to make it ugly, we don't have to make it disgusting. The moment we look, and ask any doctor, who the first time who opens up the body, a body of a corpse, I mean, he either faints, or he throws up. That's the first reaction when we see the real inside of the body. I worked a lot with doctors, so I know, I asked them about this, and they told me, these stories. Only after a long, long time, do you get used to it, So they block it out, That's why it is very difficult for doctors, to do a super practice, because they are constantly see this, and they, just block it off, But for us, it's very easy, just open the body, We don't have to make it ugly, we don't have to make it disgusting. It is disgusting, I mean, very simple thing, you don't have to eat the shit, I just spit in your hand, 5 minutes later, lick it up. It's disgusting. We don't. It's always 24 hours, it's in our mouth, We never think about it, we put it out, 5 minutes later, it's disgusting smell. And that's what the Lord Buddha teaches, to see the reality of this body. I mean, we care so much about this body. We constantly, try to make up for the things, for the deficiencies. I mean, you put on clothes, where you think, you show your nice sides, and you hide your sides that are not so beautiful, or make up, I mean, all these things, We make up for the deficiencies of the body that we don't want other people to see. We don't want to see it, and other people don't want to see it. It's all there. So the investigation, the first part of the investigation is investigating this body. And we don't have to make it loathsome, we just have to see the loathsomeness of the body. Or we have to see that we are not the body. When you're born in a car and die in a car and never get out of the car, of course you believe you are the car, or? That's the best example, The car needs a driver. Everybody of us knows that, When the Lord Buddha came, he knocked at the door and said, get out, look, this is the car and this is the driver, So this is the chitta and this is the body, Get out of the body, and see the body is the body and the chitta is the chitta, It just occupies the body, it uses the body like a tool, That's what we do. It's a tool. It's a biological robot that we used 18 years, 16 years to program it until it could do the things that we wanted to do, And then it has 30 or 40 years of energy, and then I mean, that's reality, Look at it, See it, and investigate, Investigate it, For investigation, as I said, We need sila, we need also samadhi, We need the ability to concentrate on one object without any thoughts about it. Just look at it clearly, And then ask questions. What is this body? When the body dies, how does it look like? We ask the chitta, because it has gone through so many deaths, Huh? So you imagine the body, laying, or floating in front of you, and then tell the chitta, I want to see how it dies. And then you exactly see what comes out first, what dies late, what, yeah. I mean, we have gone through so many tests, so how does it not know? Yeah? Or put it all out, I mean, put out the 32 parts of the body. I mean, you often recite them, so just put them out, cut it off, put it here, put it here, put it here, put it in a heap, put it orderly, and so where's the body? They're just body parts. Huh? There's no body. Huh? And the body parts don't work together. Yeah? That's a body part, that's a body part, yeah? That's just like you take out the chips, of your computer, and all these others, yeah? Where's the computer, huh? There's no computer. So it's just body parts, yeah? And who knows that they are body parts? The chitta. The chitta knows that, yeah? There are all the body parts, what sits here is the knowingness, it's the chitta, it's the sati, yeah? That knows these things, yeah? And then you put it back, and then suddenly I come back, yeah? I'm back. Huh? And then assemble it in the wrong way, yeah? Most of the people have the head between the legs anyway, so you can try it, Put your legs, on your shoulders, and your arms, I mean, you can play with it, What is the body, The definition of the body is important for us to know, to understand what is the body, yeah. It's an assembly of body parts, in the right way, so it can work, So it can work for us as a tool, yeah, that we can use to create things, yeah. And we create a lot of things. Look at all these, look at all these countries, creating, look at KL, these skyscrapers, and all these things. The airplanes, I mean, yeah, takes a lot of creation, yeah. Yeah, this body, together with the brain can create these things, yeah. That's what we love, creation, yeah. And then, but later on, they all get destroyed, yeah. Huh? That is the nature of things, yeah. Anicca, yeah, impermanent. Yeah? The body is impermanent, yeah. It gets born, and it dies, yeah. Thoughts are impermanent. How many of the thoughts are you inviting to come? Very few, very few. Only if we want to think about something, then we create the thoughts that we want, yeah, that we need, yeah, or the memories that we need. But the thoughts that come, every moment in your life, they have nothing to do, yeah. You didn't invite them, huh? They come, into your house, just like your friends, your hooligan friends, They come in your house, have a big party, and then leave a mess, yeah. That's the thoughts that come into your house, in your brain, yeah? Or the memories, yeah? Leave a big mess, and you're completely destroyed, sad, yeah, because of the thoughts and memories of the hooligans destroying all these. Yeah? You didn't invite them, yeah? They come, and then they go. You should know that.
They come in, but they come out.
Yeah. They come in, yeah, yes, yeah. You put all this garbage in, and then of course the garbage goes out again, yeah. And nowadays with the smartphones, even more garbage gets in, yeah. And then you sit in samadhi and you have to take out all this garbage that, I mean, just an hour ago that you read about it. Or when you're in a meditation retreat and you have a talk with another person, I mean, this conversation, will keep on for 2 hours, when you sit in meditation. Yeah? You have to pull it all out, yeah? Whatever you put in, you have to take out again, yeah? So the body is a tool, we have to understand. It's not me, it's not mine, it's not myself. That's the second principle, yeah? Whatever I can observe, whatever I can perceive, cannot be me or mine or myself. Are you the person next to you? No. You see it. Are you your hand? No. You can see it, you can perceive it. Who is the one who perceives it? Who is the one who says it's a hand? Who's the one who distinguishes this hand is mine and this hand is yours? Huh? The feeling that comes, it's also anicca. It comes and it goes, it comes and it goes, yeah? Didn't invite it. It's not me, it's not mine, it's not myself, yeah? Didn't invite it to come, yeah? And as you probably now in your age realize, you cannot change your feelings. If you have a bad feeling, you cannot change it to a nice feeling, yeah? If you have wear some clothes, you don't like, you can change because it's yours. But the feelings are not yours, so you cannot change them. Huh? If they are yours, you can change them. Yeah? If the body is yours, you can change it. Yeah? I don't like, 2 years ago, I don't want to be a man, I want to be a woman. Yeah, I know you cannot change that. Born as a man, you will be a man. Born as a woman, you will be a woman. Yeah, no matter. Yeah, you cannot change that. So, same as feelings. You cannot change the feelings, you cannot change the thoughts, you cannot change the memories. Yeah, they just come up and they go. Yeah, come up and go. They are anicca, impermanent. It's not my feeling. Yeah. You hurt my feeling. Yeah. I cannot hurt your feeling. Because a feeling is a feeling, I cannot hurt it. Yeah? I can hurt something that that you're attached to. Yeah? If you think you're beautiful and I say you are really ugly, then I can hurt that view of yourself, but I cannot hurt your feeling. Remember this very well, women? Yeah? Huh? We often say that, We say it to our husband or we say it to our partner, oh, you hurt my feelings, you hurt my feelings. No, you cannot hurt my feelings. Yeah? Feelings arise and cease. Yeah? But we can hurt the view that we have about ourselves. Yeah? If we think about ourselves, we are a good person, and somebody says, you're really bad, you're really terrible, that hurts, Yeah? But it doesn't hurt our feeling, it hurts us. Yeah? Our view of ourselves. It's the same thing, with all these things. Yeah? Feelings, memories and thoughts, they are just phenomena. Yeah? They arise and cease, but they don't belong to us. Yeah? It's not my memory, it's not my thought. Yeah? The thoughts are there, Yeah? If you think, I tried it out, I was, a research scientist, we had brainstorming, I had a good idea, I said, I wait a minute, before I present it, if somebody else picks up the idea. And the same idea, the same thought came up from somebody else. I said, see, it's not your thought, it's a thought, yeah? That arise, within a community of people, yeah. So, it has nothing to do with me. It's not my idea. It's not my thought. It's not my memory, yeah. Most of our memories are wrong anyway. Yeah, we only see one part, one side of the memory, and not the other side. Yeah? If it's a good memory, we don't see the bad in it. Yeah, and if it's a bad memory, we don't see the good in it. If we look closely, we see it. Yeah? Every good thing, will have a bad, bad thing around it, yeah? Or every bad thing will have a good thing around it, yeah? We just need to see it. Yeah? Association, yeah. So, So think about it, use it wisely, this is the path, yeah. Sila, Samadhi, Panya, that is the path to deliverance, yeah. And it is also the path to the first three fetters, to cut down on the first three fetters. The fetter of belief, the fetter of doubt, doubt that there is hell, doubt that there is heaven, doubt that there are beings in heaven or beings in hell, doubt that there is karma, and doubt that there is results of karma. That is the first fetter. The second fetter is, breaking the sila and not breaking the sila, keeping the sila and breaking the sila. Sila, pada paramasa. Yeah? Sila is the 5 precepts, yeah? I mean, how do they translate it in West, yeah? Not fondling with rites and rituals, huh? It's completely, I don't know how they got even the idea. Sila is sila. Sila is a precept, a moral precept, a moral 5 precepts. And Pata Paramasa is fiddling with these precepts, keeping them and not keeping them. I mean, the translation is very clear. Huh? But that is too obvious, for some of the Westerners, yeah? So they want to make, I shouldn't pay respect to the Buddha, because it's, rites and rituals, and not, yeah? This I can let go even, about the sila, that is the more difficult thing, yeah? And the third fetter is the identification with the body, yeah? Just think that we are the body. We are not the body. We are the driver of the body. Remember that? When the chitta, is awake, when the chitta moves, the body moves, yeah? When the chitta is asleep, the body doesn't move. Just like with the driver in the car. When the driver is asleep, the car doesn't go anywhere. Huh? No? I mean, if you fall asleep, I said if the driver is asleep, yeah? If you fall asleep during driving, then of course it goes, yeah? And the same thing can happen if you fall asleep while you're walking, you end up dead, yeah? Huh? So, the chitta is the driver. And when you think about it, within the 5 khandhas, you all remember the 5 khandhas, Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana, yeah? Rupa is the body, Vedana is feeling, Sanya is memory association, Sankhara is thought formations, and Vijnana is consciousness. Where's the chitta? It's not within the 5 khandhas. The 5 khandhas are the toolbox. The chitta is the user of the 5 khandhas. Yeah? The chitta uses the 5 khandhas, to create all these things, yeah? To live in this imagination that we are in. Yeah? So remember this very well, yeah? No? Okay, then go to sleep. Yeah, it's up to you, yeah? So, what is, with this, I ended the talk, yeah? Well, yeah, you can ask questions if you have any. That's a fan. No questions? I must have explained it very well, or I must have not explained it at all. Only 2 possibilities, yeah? Okay, yeah? If there are no questions, yeah? Go home, eat something, and then go to sleep, and wake up, in the morning, so much dukkha, huh? Now I have to go to work, yeah? Remember, yeah? Then I have to work for 8 hours, just to get a little bit of money, to feed this body, house the body, clothe the body, yeah? And give it some medicine, yeah? All our life, 99%, of our livelihood, we spend looking after this body. And in the end, this body dies. The body is not grateful that we look after it. What is this going on? Is it this? Hello? Oh, it's off, yeah? The body is not grateful that we're looking after it, HT, yeah? It's the owner of the body that is grateful. Yeah? That the body is healthy, the body is like this or like that, yeah? Yeah? The body doesn't care if it's sick or not sick, or if it's old or not old. It's the owner of the body that cares if it's old. Oh, I cannot, Yeah? Okay, understood? Huh? Then go back. Yeah, what? No? She smiles, yeah? You like to hear these pep talks, or? It's there, these kind of talks are there to wake you up to reality, yeah? And not to keep you in the delusion, yeah? Yeah. Because what I'm talking about is what I experience, and what is in line with the Buddha's teaching, yeah? I don't talk anything about anything else, yeah? What is not in line, yeah? Just like my venerable teaching master, he was quite strict, yeah? Boom, 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 yeah? Not, let's go, this curve, yeah, curve, yeah? No, it was straight down, Yeah, my father also was very straight down, when he saw something, he said it, this is not right, that is not right, yeah? We used to be, the Germans used to be very straightforward. Now they are just like, yeah. Changed, you want to make money. That changes everything. Before that, you gave a handshake, he said, okay, we do it like this, and yeah, was kept. Now, all these lawyers are coming in between. No, this is wrong, this is wrong, we cannot keep it like, oh. But you know that, from Malaysia as well.
Ajahn, can I ask, how do we stop, or rather how we get triggered? Sometimes, we get little things, we are triggered. And
Yeah.
How to stop this triggering?
That takes a long time. First of all, you have to be aware that you get triggered. Yeah. If you're aware that you get triggered, then you can stop it.
But most of the time we are not.
No, because it's too far. Yeah. But think about, the emotions that come up, yeah? There's a trigger moment, and then there's, when you throw a lot of sugar into a hot pan, it grows, yeah? Yeah? And then when it is so big, then you realize it, yeah? But before the trigger moment is to throw the sugar into the pan. And then you can stop it. No, I don't do that. And then nothing happens. So awareness, sati, is the important thing. Being aware of what kind of thoughts come into the mind at every moment, yeah? Because that tells you, yeah? The kilesas are very nice, they tell us everything what they have in mind. But we never listen to it, yeah? We only, once we give our okay, then we realize, okay, this is the trigger moment, yeah? And then we can't stop it. But when we listen to what is going on in our heart, we notice everything, yeah? And we can stop it any moment, yeah? But it's a long training, yeah? But you're probably retired, yeah? Or not? Are you not retired?
No, I'm a housewife.
Yeah, see? Perfect. Perfect. Huh? You can sit all day long, meditation.
Housewife have got more things.
Then buy a house robot, Let him do the work. No, I mean, yeah, try as much as... At least you have more time than your husband, yeah? He's working, and he's constantly triggered as well, by all these colleagues, and, his bosses, and they're asking, demanding him this or that, So, and then you are triggered, and he is triggered, and then comes to triggered, and it's an explosion, yeah?
Sometimes it's like the emotions or the sound or something
Yeah.
That we don't like it.
Yeah.
And then you get triggered.
Yes. And the moment we don't like it, you have to say, yes, I like it. You have to change, I mean, yeah. Also something, I mean, you have to learn, You have to learn, the arrows that the kilesa shoot at us, to turn it around and shoot them back at the kilesa, yeah? So we turn around the situation, yeah? For instance, every situation we can turn around. Said, oh, what can I learn from this? And then it becomes positive, it's not negative anymore. Huh? Yeah, we can learn. Not Siri. Or Google. They don't teach us these things, yeah? Yeah. The moment you turn it around, yeah, when you see it is triggered, you stop, you try to stop, yeah? And you turn that, when you see the thought, I don't like this, I don't like, how my husband treats me, yeah? Oh, yes, I like it, You turn it around, I mean, find ways, I mean, once, the beginning is very difficult, but once you can play with it, I mean, life becomes so easy. And the only one who gets upset is your husband who doesn't practice. Okay? Now, good night. Bye-bye. Can you pass what?
Offer.
I didn't come to receive dana. I mean, I came to give dana.
Yes, exactly. Ajahn, give us a chance to make memory.
Okay. Stop it. Yeah.